Hey everybody, welcome back to part 3 of the Cobra engine build. There's been a lot going on since the last video, so I just want to show you guys what's been happening. If you remember, I was going to be putting on this front cover, and I went to test fit this and noticed that I wasn't able to get this centered and this flange flush with the bottom of the engine. And it was almost like this was kind of too tall. So I took some measurements, my calipers, got as accurate as I could, and determined that I needed to take 45 thousandths of an inch off the bottom of this flange. So I found a local machine shop that could do that, and they were very helpful and knew exactly what to do and did it perfect. You know, they took off 45 thousandths here, ran a tap through and deburred and everything, and it's basically exactly what I asked them to do. But while I was waiting for that, I had the engine on the stand. I turned it upside down and was looking around, and I noticed that there were some metal chips in it. So you can see I had to take everything out. I don't know how the metal shavings got in there. I'm pretty sure I didn't do it, so it must have come to me that way. Everything else seems okay about this engine, but there wasn't a lot of metal shavings, but it doesn't take a lot to screw things up. So what I've been doing is trying to figure out what to do, how to do it, and decided that I needed to, take everything out and properly clean this block, and then put everything back together. So that's what I've done. I took out the pistons and rods, then took off the main caps, and took out the crankshaft and the camshaft, and it's kind of ready to start cleaning. This rear main cap was in there really good, and probably never would have leaked. So it was very hard to get out, but I got it, and I got to make sure I put it in well again, so that rear main doesn't leak. But tried to take everything out in order and got everything labeled, put some paper down here, and got it all kind of identified so everything goes back exactly the same way. I'm just going to be inspecting everything too to make sure it all looked good. But so yeah, that's my next steps. Also, while I've been doing all this, my oil pan came. So this is kind of a cool pan. This is from Aviade. These are the people that made the original Cobra 427 oil pans, and they're still in business, still making these pans. So I figured, let's get something that's going to look appropriate in the engine bay for the Cobra. And what I didn't exactly realize was how complicated this oil pan is. So first, there's this, they call it a windage tray, so that goes on first. You need a gasket on both sides of this. And then the oil pan goes on, but there's inside the oil pan is they call this a slosh tray. And then inside of that, there's this diagonal box with these little trap doors, kind of lets oil in. And, I think basically this is all for oil control. So, under hard acceleration or braking or cornering, you don't want to be sucking air up into the oil pump. So you want to have the oil pickup submerged. So there's a custom oil pickup that fits right inside that box, and helps to make sure that it's submerged all the time. So only thing I'm wondering about is when I go to drain the oil, how well is it going to drain? You know, is it going to come out or is it going to take forever? So that'll be a future thing to deal with, but looks pretty cool. So that'll be in the future after I get the rest put on. It took a couple steps backwards, but I think in the end this is going to be a better engine because of these extra steps. So that's where I'm at. So we'll talk to you next time.